Life in orphanage was it was tough. Like there were more than 1,500 kids that time.
1,500 kids in the orphanage.
Yeah, yeah.
And somewhere along the way, you met your wife?
So my wife was singing. She was leading the worship.
You went after the worship
And
leader.
Yeah. Again and again, I started visiting, and then I had one day.
They got a lot of
opportunity.
pastoral visits.
Yeah. And so one day, I got the opportunity to talk.
Okay,
and
to her.
then open.
Well, hi, Suresh.
Hey, hi, sir.
How's your visit going so far?
It's going good, and the Lord is good.
Yeah. So you have been a friend of our churches for a very long time. Do you know exactly how long it's been?
It's more than 2 decades now.
Wow.
And it's such a wonderful family. They stood with us for so many years.
Yeah. So what I'd love to do today is just get a little bit of your story. Some people who will watch this know you well because you've been friends with our church for so long.
Yeah, sure.
But a lot of people don't have the context of your life and all the things that have happened over the years. And so why don't we maybe back up a little bit? Do you want to give us a little bit of your childhood, where you're from? Why don't you share a little bit about the early days of Suresh?
Oh, yeah. I was born in a village actually it was not a village, but like a jungle.
Okay.
It was a mountain where I was born. In those days, my mom tells me that we didn't have access to hospital, so she had to deliver me at the home. Like we had a small thatched hut.
Yep.
And we were living among a group. It's called Banjara. They are nomadics and like tribal groups.
Yep.
So one of the ladies, she helped my mom to deliver me. And so it was on the top of the mountain. And, my mom was so happy about that. But my dad, he actually doesn't want me. And he was not planning for me. And so he was upset about this. But my mom, she kept silence over the years and she never told. But, I don't know what was the plan, Maybe it was God's plan that time, but my mom was so kind to me. And the childhood was very painful because we were not staying in one place. My parents would go for earning a livelihood to different places. And so I had to go with them as a child. So at that time, I was like 8 or 9 years old. And I had to help my father, cutting the woods and, helping him, and my mom. So that was our livelihood. So we would cut the trees and make a bundle of sticks and sell it for few rupees. It may not be like, maybe I would say 2 or 3 cents.
Okay.
Yeah. And so life was terrible. My parents wanted me to send to a school, but it was not nearby. And my father, he tried very hard to send me to the school, and he purchased a small bag, carry bag, and a slate and pen. I went to the school for like three months, and I was not able to sit there because the way we were treated in the school was very different. And whenever we were hungry or we needed a water, so that was very tough. Nobody would offer that one in those days because of caste system.
Yeah, so that's probably new for most people. Do you want to explain a little bit how the caste system works and maybe where you fall in all of that?
Oh, yeah, sure. The caste system, we have 4 kinds of castes in India. Like we can say classes of people. The upper class is called Brahmin. they are from the head of God. That's what they believe.
Uh-huh.
And so they are scholars in, religious things.
Yeah.
They are priest. They take care of temples. So, they say they are superior. And the other group is called Kshatriya. Kshatriya, mostly these people are involved in protecting the country,
Like military.
the military,
Yeah.
police, those kind of things. And the third group is Vaishyas. Vaishyas mean the business class, like whatever business people have, so businesses. And the fourth one, they believe that they are born out of God's feet. And so they're treated like Shudras, means untouchable or impure. So they are fit for nothing.
Yeah.
So that's how the caste works in India even today.
Yeah. And where does your family fit in the caste
My
system?
family fits in the Shudra, the last, and we were treated like Samaritans, like in the New Testament or Old Testament we see when the lepers, they had to live outside of the town,
Yeah.
and Samaritans, publicans, the same way the Jews look upon the Samaritans, the same way these people, the upper class, the middle class, everyone, they look upon these people in a very bad way because, they say they are born poor, they are living in poverty, they don't have anything. It's because of their sin in the previous life.
I see. It is when you talked earlier about going to school and being treated poorly at school, is that because of your caste, or is that because the school, or were there other reasons for that?
It was for the caste reason because we were not treated fairly,
Yeah.
and so I had to drop back. And my father said, "No, we can't continue." So I was very sad that time because education was the only means that we can raise our standard.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So that brings you to about what age were you in that school?
I was when I was there like 7 years old.
Yeah.
Like I started with like kindergarten or first class, you
Yeah.
say.
And so your dad pulls you out of the school, and then where does life go after that for you?
No, my father, then he never talked about the school, even my parents. So what happened? I had desire to study. I had desire to go to school, but my parents were living in an interior jungle, and we never know is there any boarding school
Yeah.
or any orphanage. We
Yeah.
never had any idea about that. But one of my brother, he came to visit us, and that day I was taking care of cows and buffaloes of somebody else.
Yes.
And my brother, he came. I saw him with jeans and t-shirt and hat and spec, and I was, he was different guy.
Yeah.
And when he was talking, he introduced that he is our brother, and I came to know
Like
him.
your blood
Yeah.
brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you have the same mom and dad.
Yeah. And I never knew him before. It's the first time.
No way.
Yeah, because then that day I know.
And he just he just shows up.
Yeah,
out of
he
nowhere.
shows up, and
Yeah.
he ran away from home because somebody told him about Christian faith, gospel, and so he don't wanted to stay with my parents. He said, he ran away from there, and after so many years, he's coming back, and then my mom says, he's your brother. And then my brother, he stayed with us for 2 days, and he said, hey, I want to take you with me.
No way.
So you will be going to a school. And he bought me some clothes and, sandal. And then he took me to northern part of India, Rajasthan, where they have a Christian orphanage. So at the age of 10, I was taken to the orphanage. And after that, even my brother, he didn't visited me.
So you lived at the orphanage.
Yeah, and every year I would expect him to come and visit
Yeah,
my
of course.
family.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen for next 13 years.
13.
Yeah.
So from age 10 to your 20, right into your 20s,
Yeah.
did you never saw your family
No, I didn't.
during that whole time?
No. And the month I left my house, that same month, my father, he died.
Okay.
So I came to know this, 13 years later. Because if I wanted to write my mom and, no communication, no postman goes there, no address. So how should I do this,
Yeah.
And, but I lived with that, and I never tried to run away from the orphanage. It was a Christian orphanage. And I don't know what was, holding me back. I never thought of going, running away from that place.
Yeah.
And the Lord helped me to stay there, and I could finish my high studies, and then Bible college for 3 years. And then I got the opportunity, I was free to
Yes.
go out of campus.
Wherever you want to go.
And then I decided to go back to my, the village, the place. I remember that place.
Yeah.
And and I didn't have money to go. I didn't have money. So it was a big problem again. But like some of the missionaries from US, they were visiting orphanage. And I happened to be their translator. And so they asked me, is there any need that, is there anything that we can help you? I said, I need like 2,000 rupees. That would be around $25.
Okay.
So my friend, he gave me $100. And so I was able to, take a bus, a train, and then, I went to Maharashtra from Rajasthan.
Yeah. I'd love to back up a little bit, if you don't mind sharing what was life like in the orphanage?
See, life in orphanage was, it was tough because leaving parents, the love of parents, we never, feel that. And the life was hard in the beginning to adjust with the food, and it was not enough food every day. Like we could say, today I have full,
Yeah.
I could never say that. Not only me, but even the other.
Yeah, were there a
orphan
lot of kids
Yeah,
there?
a lot of kids there. Like there were more than 1,500 kids that time.
1,500 kids in the orphanage.
Yeah.
Wow.
And 30 kids would accommodate in one room, 10 by 20 room, And so sleeping on the floor.
Like bunk beds? Oh, on the floor.
Yeah, floor.
Yeah.
So that time we didn't have beds, So we would sleep on the floor, and even from childhood, as soon as I landed up there, within few days, I have to, adopt those ways of getting up 5 in the morning. Even though we were small, we didn't know how to wash our clothes, but we had to do that.
Yes.
And early in the morning, we'll get up for morning prayer, for half an hour, then come back, then getting ready for the school. And after the school in the afternoon, 1 o'clock, we will have lunch, and then we will go in the field to work again. So cleaning, cutting the grass, and all manual works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the life was very difficult when I talk about food and things like that. It was not really hygienic. So, when we put a little bit of rice in our plate and some tea, the red bugs will, come out, and so we remove that and we drank or we ate that,
Yeah, yeah.
So that was the life. And whenever we were sick, we had the hospital, but there was no doctor that time, good doctor. So life was terrible, but, it was, I don't know how things were happening and hard, but I never thought of to run away from that place and trying to adjust with what's happening. And even though life was difficult, but we were able to learn the scripture every day. If you don't memorize the scripture, you won't get food.
Really?
Yeah. So once in a week, it was compulsory to have a fasting and prayer. So, and you have to read the Bible, morning prayer, afternoon prayer, then evening prayer. So all three times prayer, then before bed. So it was a very different environment, even though I didn't know anything. It was a new for me because my parents were coming from an idol worshiping background,
Yeah.
and we used to celebrate festivals, like Hindu.
Yeah.
But there, after coming, I didn't know what's happening. I was doing what they were
Just doing what
asking
you're
us
told
to
to do. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and so, but we kept on doing. But after 2-3 years, the Lord took control of my heart, and I began to understand, who Jesus is. The question was asked: if you die today, where will you spend eternity? And that was again and again and again it was asked. And through Jesus movie, the cross and the switchblade, Nikki
Yeah.
Cruz
Yeah,
stories,
yeah.
and other stories we would
Yes.
watch. And so finally, I gave my life to Jesus. And on 7th November 1993, I was baptized.
Wow. How old were you when you gave your life to Jesus?
When I left home, I was 20, and now 1993. That would be how many years?
I don't do math when cameras are around.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah.
So,
Who ran the orphanage? Who was in charge of it?
orphanage was run by one of the missionary. He's from Kerala, southern part of India.
Yeah.
And he had a vision for orphanage kids. So there were many other kids in the orphanage, like who were picked up from the rags even.
Yeah.
And they were from lepers background.
I see.
They were from all kinds of Hindu backgrounds.
Yeah.
And religious backgrounds. So from all over the world, India, and the
All over
children,
India. Yeah. All low classed.
low class,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So so you make it out of the orphanage, and then where does life lead? Did you ever make it back to go visit your home?
Yeah, I was, after that, when I finished my college, then I had the opportunity to go back because we were always taught in the, orphanage that someday you have to go back to your own community
Yeah.
and be a blessing to them.
Yeah.
So, the Lord spoke to me through missions conferences. Each year, there would be, missions conference on the orphanage campus twice in a year. And, we were challenged with that. It was compulsory for us to attend those conferences, and because we were getting bigger and bigger. So
Yes.
and so yeah. And the Lord spoke to me, and the situation. When I look back, my family, my community, I knew they need gospel.
Yeah.
They are without hope.
Yeah.
And so, God was so powerful on my heart. He spoke to me from Isaiah 6, and I landed up in Bible college. Even in Bible college, we had a routine: get up in the morning,
Yeah.
three times prayer, and sometimes whenever we have a problem in our institution, then we have to pray, fast and pray for 3 days,
Yeah.
and sometimes 7 days.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And so it was a hard time.
Yes.
And in Bible college, before graduation, you have to lead someone to Christ. Then you are eligible for graduation.
Okay. Yeah.
That was the requirement. And every Saturday we have to go for Bible distribution, gospel tracts, Bible study, sharing the gospel with someone.
Yeah.
So we would go.
Yeah.
And for our needs, like we need hair oil, soap, personal items. We didn't have money for that. So we would sell the gospel tracts.
You'd sell them?
Yeah. And
And people would buy them?
yeah, people buy. and and
Wait. Did your school want you to sell them?
yeah,
Or that's just
yeah.
okay.
That
You
was
weren't like operating a little side business here. Yeah.
And every student it was compulsory for them
To go sell these tracks.
sell them and meet your need.
Yeah.
And when you sell, you have to tell them, to the office how much you got,
Yeah.
and you have to give the tithe out of that money.
Out of that money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So not only would you try to convince somebody
Yeah.
to believe in Jesus, you also have to convince them to pay for the track.
yeah. So even though it was written like it's free of cost,
Yeah.
they would say, hey, it's free of cost. We'd say, because of transportation, it's coming from,
I see.
other side.
I see.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So you go back to your home village, and you said your dad had passed away.
Yeah.
Was your mom still alive?
My dad passed away in 1988,
Yeah.
the same year when I was in
You left.
orphanage, and he died of black magic.
What
So,
do you mean? He died of black magic.
In India, it's very common, like witchcraft, black magic is there are certain people who specialize in that area. So what happens is sometimes it's a magic that people use to harm others,
Oh, okay.
or sometimes it is used to kill others. To uh, maybe they have selfish interest, or maybe if somebody is doing good, or maybe somebody has a good life, so they don't want to see that happening, so they want to always pull down somebody. So in that case, my father was doing good, but one of our neighbor, he was jealous of that, and he consulted with the black magician, and you know uh, something happened to him. He died so early.
Yeah.
And
But how about your mom?
then my mom, when I went back from orphanage college, my mom, my sisters, they were at the home, and I said, Lord, if you have really called me to the missions, I want my family, my mom, my sisters, nephews, relatives to come to the saving knowledge of Jesus. And it was my first trip, and the Lord was so powerful. I shared the gospel, and 9 members of my family, they gave their lives to Jesus.
Yeah.
And I discipled them, and my mom was with me for 25 years. I took care of her,
Okay.
and discipled her, and she died peacefully last year.
Okay. Do you remember the day you showed up at their house?
No.
I'm curious what it would have been like to be your mom, and you had been gone for 13 years,
Yeah.
and then you just show up.
Yeah, it was painful, and also, I reached my home, my house. It was the night time. It was dark all around, and I traveled by train, and there was no electricity there, and it was dark, and But my mom recognized me. Hey, Suresh. And it was something, and she had a problem. Actually, physically, she was weak, and something happened to her. The next day, she fell on the ground, and she might be thinking, I have some money and I would take her to hospital. I didn't have.
No.
And I need to go back even. So I prayed to the Lord. I said, Lord, I need, I want my mom to be, living and accepting His, I want she. And, the Lord did miracle,
Yeah.
and she was okay.
Wow.
And somehow, we took her to the government hospital, and doctor said, you came on the right time. She was, it was a symptom of heart attack.
Oh.
And but the Lord saved her, that moment, and God was good.
Yeah. Yeah. You've lived an incredible life. A lot of, I think a lot of layers to your life that would be difficult for many of us to even understand, the struggle and the pain, but all that's a part of your story, and and part of what is, I think, giving you the life you have today and the passion you have today. Tell me about the relationship with Westwinds, and when when do some people from Westwinds come into this story?
It was from 1998 or 99 when a brother Scott and Scott Hopper and Taryn,
Yeah.
they were in India for 6 months as a missionary.
Yeah, and they were a part of Westwinds. Were here on staff.
Oh yeah. Later on, they become part of the Westwinds.
I see.
So they were somewhere before, but
I see.
when they left India after their work, and Hopper was able to come this place, and so Hopper, I was translating for them in the orphanage. That time I was
The orphanage where you grew up.
Yeah.
Okay, so they came over, visit the orphanage.
Yeah.
And you were the translator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that time I was in Bible college. So they were our teacher also.
I see.
And they taught us, and I was staying with them, and I was translating for them. So I translated 2-3 teams in during my college days, and they become so good friends. And when they returned to US, he was working with Westwinds, and he introduced me to the Westwinds community. And once even Ron Martoya, he happened to visit. So, they were so mission-minded people. They really they saw my character, testimony, and they really wanted to help. So, they introduced me, and that's how Westwinds came into our life.
Yeah.
And since then, they continue to support us. They never saw us before. I never visited them physically in person, but it was, last 4 years before only I was able to come. But for the last, more than 2 decades, the Westwinds, they prayed, they sent support, and their love, their encouragement, even though we didn't have much communication, but they faithfully sent their support. So that was a huge encouragement and inspiration, and it recharged all the time to us.
How did your ministry start? So when you finished Bible college and all that, but then at some point you started doing something.
Yeah.
What was that? How did that begin?
When I finished my college, and in 2000, I was in another college, so for higher studies. And in 2003, the Lord called me to the city of Aurangabad, Maharashtra. And it was a very new city for me. And I never know anybody there, no friends. I don't know anybody, So it was my first time, but the Lord was so heavy on my heart, said, this is where you need to go. And most of the communities which I belong to, they live in that area.
So this low caste,
Yeah,
it's a low caste city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Dalit. And so the Lord brought me, and it was my first time. And I met some of the pastors, local pastors, and they were so good to me. And they invited me for an open-air meeting. I had meeting for 3 nights, and a revival meeting. We say revival meeting. So, so I was preaching, and before that, the ministry began with all-night prayer. So when I met these pastors, one of the pastor, he becomes so good friend to me, and in his church, once in a month we would have all-night prayer. So all night, once in a month, and then this pastor, he was so impressed. He liked me, I liked him, and so together we would go for ministry. So in the night time on every Saturday, we will go to restaurants. Like our ministry was for waiters, and in the night we would go and show them Jesus movie, do Bible study. So it was for many months. And then I found another pastor. So he was involved in church planting in different places. So the Lord helped me to be with him.
Yeah.
And that's how, it began from there. And then I never looked back. then the Lord began to help me and bring more people. And because I had the degree, good knowledge of Bible, so I saw many pastors, they don't have this privilege. So I began to invest my life into
To
them.
train them,
Yeah,
teach
train
them,
them. Yeah,
share what you have with them.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And so that's how the ministry began.
Yeah. And are you still in that city?
Yeah,
today?
I am in that
That's still where
city.
you live?
Yeah.
And somewhere along the way, you met your wife?
Yeah, like when I was called for preaching
Yeah.
for 3 days, 3 nights, so my wife was singing. She was
Okay.
leading the worship.
You went after the worship
And
leader.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
I was sitting at the back, in my heart, something was there. I said, I'm a preacher, and she sings so beautifully, and she loves the Lord. She's coming from a Christian background, and I was praying in my heart, what if Lord, this girl comes into
You're
my
like, please
life.
God,
Yeah,
her.
and then this happened.
Yeah.
So I happened to go to her house, and she had the same heart. She was praying for a pastor,
No way.
and I was praying for such lady in my
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
So we never met before. So this was the first time, and we
So
waited.
the first time you met her
Yeah.
was when you went to her house?
Yeah. I never talked to her, even though
Did
she
she
was
live with her
leading.
family? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was living with her family, and so it is not allowed to talk openly, but we somehow able to find out the way and talked. And
Somehow that worked out.
Yeah. And so
So I'm curious about this. So you just like show up,
Yeah.
and you like knock on the door,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Then
who do you talk to first?
And our mother and father, hey, come, pastor, come,
Okay.
let's have a tea, and
And then what do you say to them?
then I didn't say that I have come for. I have other reason to talk.
You're just a pastoral visit. Yeah.
And then again and again I started visiting, and then I had one day I had
They got a lot of
opportunity.
pastoral
Yeah.
visits. Yeah.
And so one day I got the opportunity to talk.
Okay,
And
to her.
then I opened up my heart, and she also opened in
Wow.
few minutes.
Yeah.
And then I had to leave, and so we waited for 2 years, and then we got married.
Okay. Yeah. And how does that 2 years dating work, or is the family really involved? Or is it like here? Do people just go on dates? How does that?
In our culture, dating is not appreciated. Even though we like each other, but we are not allowed to do that.
Okay.
One thing, and other thing is, I am a pastor.
Yep.
I have come here to minister people, and in our culture, if you see somebody taking a girl out, so that spoils your reputation.
I see.
And so I had to go through proper channel, and the later on my future wife, she only communicated these things to her mother, and things began to happen.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at some point, do you have to have a conversation with her parents?
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Yeah.
And then after 2 years, we were ready. I was ready for everything, and so even her parents were ready, and so we got married.
Okay. A bit of a side trail here, but what was your wedding like? Tell me about that day. Like, what customary? Are there things that are customary in those for you that are different than here, or
Actually,
is it an event? Is it a multi-day thing? How does that?
yeah, it's like multiple days. It takes like first thing happens like they, Indian marriages are like that. Like first thing is the relatives, the parents visit the house.
Yep.
But since I didn't have any relatives behind me,
Yeah.
except my mom,
Yep.
and we didn't have our own house.
Yes.
So my wife, future wife Archana, she is very knowledgeable. She understands. So they didn't come to visit us,
Yeah.
and we only decided the date of marriage. And but before marriage we have like we said we have to take bath in turmeric powder. Like we have to
Yep.
apply the henna and
Yep.
turmeric, and
Yes.
so they celebrate that one. Friends invite friends, relatives, and they provide some food for them. So that's the enjoyment for each one.
Yes.
So that time I don't go to their house.
Okay.
Only the girl would do that, and I would do it at my home.
Yep.
And since I didn't have many friends and so many relatives, so I didn't observe those things. And and the day came, it was a huge, like 300-400 people were there, more than that.
Wow.
And
Were you expecting that?
no, I
No.
was not expecting. But my wife's, because she is well known, and her father also is very well known because
see.
he is a pastor.
I see.
So close to 1,000 people came by the evening, and
The party just kept growing.
yeah, it kept growing,
Wow.
and we had a ceremony, and my friends, one or two my friends joined with me, and it was a huge celebration. And from girls' side, they gave me all like couch and bed, all kinds of things, vessels, utensils,
Yeah,
So it is given
Yeah.
from girls' side.
Yes.
Every marriage, girls' parents, they buy everything for her husband.
Wow. That's customary.
Yeah, that's customary.
Not bad. Yeah.
So, you-
Sounds like
so
a
I
good
don't
deal.
have to buy anything.
Yes, yeah, you're all set. That's great. And then y'all have some kids?
Yeah, the Lord has blessed me and Archana with 3 kids. Our son Nathan is 17 years old. Sarah, she is 13. And last one is Victoria. She is 11 years old.
Okay.
And they love the Lord. And 2 of my children, they got baptized. They know the Lord. And 3 of them are involved in the ministry. Whenever we are in the village, they join with us.
Yes. Well, that's a good segue to. I'd love to maybe hear a little bit about what's life like today. What's happening in your life and your ministry, and what's a maybe we'll start with like what's a day in the life for you.
Now, after so many years, I was involved in training pastors, church planters, because that was the main thing for me. Because
Yep.
most of the pastors in the villages, they have a calling, they have vision, they know the Lord, but they lack some kind of biblical training, knowledge.
Yes.
So the Lord, was helping me to go out and meet such pastors and train them,
Yep.
prepare them, see their ministries growing, and also, helping them in church planting
Yes.
in different places. But now, when I, for many years now, the day is typically, in the morning, we get up early in the morning, we have devotion, reading the Bible, getting prepared for the day, and I leave the home like around 8, 9 o'clock, and then sometimes I come back home in the middle of the night because I have to cover 3 or 4 villages in a day,
Okay.
3, 4 meetings.
And how far might you travel? Like how far are these villages from you?
These villages sometimes 10 kilometers, that would be like 7 miles,
Yep.
10 miles,
Yep.
15 miles.
Yep.
And so,
And are they like in mountains or is it rural? Like what? How?
yeah, rural areas,
Yeah.
villages. And sometimes when I'm out of the state, like it's a hilly places,
Yep.
mountains. So going into very interior villages
Yep.
where, we have very few pastors.
Yes.
They need encouragement, training. So I used to go. But lot has changed now. And along with that vision, the Lord also put in my heart to start your own church ministry. And in few years before, the Lord put in our heart a burden to start. And we started, in 15 villages, small fellowships.
Yeah.
And
That will meet where? Like in homes?
yeah, homes. Yeah, house
churches.
churches. Yeah.
Yeah.
And our way of our ministry is purely based on New Testament methods.
Yep.
Finding a man of peace,
Yep.
and the way of Jesus, how he did, like preaching, teaching, miracles, healing. We were involved in that. Even today, we are involved. And other thing, we started the church, and now we came up with this idea where the Lord led us. So we were able to buy a property for our house and also church building construction. So we want to see the people from other 15 villages to, they would have opportunity to
Yeah.
come and worship with us on Sundays,
Yeah.
because it's a facility, for
Yes.
worship. And so this church construction is will be used for discipleship, training pastors, and one of our vision along with this is one worship center for every 500 people.
Okay. And this will be your first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so gathering on a Sunday will be people who are part of these house fellowships.
Yeah.
They'll all come together.
Yeah, once in a week.
once a week. Now, you were sharing a little bit with me before too, like about how this facility will also have some amenities that most people wouldn't have, like like bathroom and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Share a little bit about how the facility also will serve these communities.
Yeah,
In other ways.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah.
And it's not only attending services, but like we also teach them how to improve their lives, and we want to see them how to use bathrooms and toilets, because most of the people in villages, they go in open airs,
Right.
and even if people are from different places, they are coming for worship, and we felt it's not a good thing. So we want to serve our church in a better way. So we are thinking of constructing bathrooms, toilets separately for ladies and men, and also a kitchen, so that those people who are coming from far away, or the missionary families for training, so we can provide food for them, and also we can run our weekly feeding program.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah. Share. I love that. It's very, very cool. Share a little bit about some of your dreams for the future. Every time I talk to you, so I'll say this: you and I have been able to meet monthly and pray, pray together over Zoom, thanks to technology. I feel like every time I talk to you, I'm learning more and more about your vision for the future. Share a little bit about your vision for the future for your ministry and your people, and maybe why that's important to you.
Yeah, it's the Lord has strongly put on our hearts. We envision spiritually thriving, reproducing disciples of Jesus. It's always there in our hearts to plant churches that plant churches, and make disciples that make disciples. So we focus on multiplication. We focus on reproducing, and so for this, the Lord has given us this place where we would use that for discipleship and other trainings, and not only for discipleship, but we are developing leaders from every village, so that they can care for their own communities, in their own places, and they will be available for them. And so right now we have 5 where I'm serving with my family, and so that's one of the focus we have. So each year we are training like over 200 church planters, and it's a network we have built with other pastors. So like-minded pastors who are passionate about gospel, who loves the Lord, who has calling, vision, and so we come alongside with them for training. And we teach them like how to make disciples, what is spiritual warfare, how to manage family and ministry, and because most of them are illiterate, and but they are doing tremendous ministry. But I believe like the partnership with them will multiply
Yep.
their work and
Yes.
they will thrive.
Yes.
So that's one of the thing. And in next 7 to 10 years, we want to see at least 1,200 strong church planters.
Yeah.
So each one will focus on 5 to 7 villages. That means we will have 6,000
Yes.
churches in different villages.
Amazing.
So that's our one of the vision that we are working on. And the other thing is where we have worship center right now we are building. So that will also turn into 24/7 prayer center.
I see.
So we will have people 24 hours praying and interceding for the communities. And we don't want to limit ourselves to 200 plus. We want to see thousands of people coming, hearing the word, receiving training. Even children, men, women are discipled. And so it's going to be a huge place for others to grow.
Yes. Yeah. You have a huge vision, and which is incredible. Up to this point, you've been able to continue on through.
Yeah.
You have different supporters like Westwinds and some people, and I think you've got a couple other churches who help support you as well. But who knows how long that can last? And I think I think about global relationships are getting more difficult.
Absolutely.
Even in your own country, how long will they allow money to come from other places? But you have a vision for a self-sustaining mission and ways to in country support this work that I think is really cool. Share a little bit about some of those ideas you have and some of the things you're working on to be able to have a self-supported ministry on the ground.
Yeah, it's important for Indian churches because when Britishers were ruling India, like 200 years before, and when they left India, all leadership was in the hands of Indians, nationals, indigenous people. And so, but they needed training, they needed resources. But in the process, what happened is they were enjoying all the privileges, ministries were growing, churches were growing, but we never knew that time is coming that it's going to be very difficult for the church to thrive and grow in an environment where extremists or the religious orthodox people would focus on missionaries and their work. And what happened is for the last 10 years, our freedom of preaching, teaching is it's eroding or it's taken away.
Yeah.
And so, and also all other missionary organizations, they had support from outside, but they were targeted systematically, and their licenses were cancelled, and even their orphanages were shut down. Their missionary works was affected so badly because they were mostly depending on the funds from outside.
Yeah.
And people, lacking the vision, even though India has resources, but they really didn't have that kind of vision to be, say, a self-supported ministry.
Yeah.
But when we read in the Bible, New Testament, and it's very clear, like now the time has come for the Indian church, our ministry, to focus on business as missions. And it's a biblical thing because Apostle Paul, he was a tent maker.
Made tents and sold them,
Priscilla and Aquila and Lydia. So many people were like, so they...
those women had businesses to help support Jesus' ministry.
They supported Jesus. So we said, we have the resources. Why can't we develop business and generate income for sustainable ministry?
Yes.
And in that way, our ministry will continue to thrive and grow, and it will not die for next 50 years.
Yes. Yeah.
And so we came up with the idea to set up a dairy farm,
Dairy farm. Yep.
purchase cows, and sell the milk,
Yep.
and whatever profit comes, so that profit will go to support pastors, community development, building other churches, supporting pastors, training programs, discipleship, education.
Yes.
So uh, I think now this is the right time because we are uncertain. As long as I have the opportunity, I think I want to take advantage of that, and I don't know the future,
Yes.
but one thing I know, as long as I have this, so I make sure that we set up this as soon as possible, and be self-supported.
Yeah.
And we want to be a model for other ministries,
Yes.
because supporting a missionary from outside fund doesn't last long.
Right.
He cannot even feed his own family, children.
Yes.
So we strongly feel that the Lord is leading us. He has led us. He has provided the place for us to go with this business and be fully supported.
Yes. Beautiful. And so your ministry or your life or your role in this is starting to shift in the sense that you feel like you've got this window. You have like a visa of some kind right now?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
that will
yeah.
expire in how many years?
4 more years to go.
So a lot of your focus right now is taking these trips every year
Yeah.
to try and raise money to get this
Yeah,
farm going.
yeah.
So the ministry can live on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
In 5 years, 3 years, we want to have 100 cows.
Yeah.
So that will give us yearly income. That would be $100,000.
Yeah.
And with this money, you know, we can accomplish the vision. And not only that, helping the other ministries, pastors, training, and that profit, and nobody can question us because that's local resources,
local
local
money,
fund,
local people.
and
And you're investing in the local economy.
yeah,
So
and-
like it's wins all around.
and it's another thing is we in this business, we will be practicing all biblical principles, and not only that, it would be a place of like sharing the gospel,
Yeah.
and not only that, it provides employment opportunities.
Yes. Yeah. Amazing. I think your creativity, your innovation, this vision that God has given you is so powerful and so much that we can learn from. And so I just want you to know that we're really thankful for this friendship that we get to. I'm really thankful for the friendship that we've been able to share in over the last couple years. It's important to us.
Yeah, and our hearts are rejoicing because over the years, and Westwinds, people may not have met me, or I even didn't see them, but God has placed them in a position where they could support us, and because of their partnership, because of Westwind's support, their prayers,
Yes.
it's making a huge impact.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that whether it's a small or big, but as a family of God, as a church of God, and I think like it's a part of God's family. It's His ministry. Whether it's a West Winds or in India, it is God's ministry. It is His work, and you have invested your energy, your prayers, and your support, and that helped us for many years. And we always had this in our mind that somebody is praying for us, and we have support.
Yes.
And so that kept us moving forward, and that enabled us to see bigger visions and walk by faith. And we were faithful in small things, and God has given us big vision now.
Yes.
So I'm thankful. My family, we are so thankful to the Westwind Church.
Oh, that's great to hear. Well, I think that's a good spot to land, and just that we were support you in the beginning when you're figuring it all out, and we've supported you all through, and we will continue to support you, but we also want to be a part of this phase in making your ministry sustainable. And so I look forward to all of the things that God will invite us into, that you'll invite us into, and continue to be on this journey with you.
Thank you, Pastor Corey, because when you came, like we never thought that someday we will be having so much organized and strategic way of partnership. And when you came to this place, maybe the Lord has led you, and now every month when we have prayers, over the Zoom, I think this partnership is going to take a new turn. It's going to be a turning point of our ministry from here onwards. So I'm thankful for your leadership and leadership in the church.
Great. Thank you. Thank you.